All right, here we go. One workout to rule them all. Full body workout, 1 resistance band, 5 exercises. Easy as that. All right, before we get started though, make sure you click the link in the description, head over to my website and get yourself your free copy of my ebook, Train Wherever the Fuck You Want, with resistance bands. All right, first up, split squats. So we're gonna take the band underneath the center of our foot. While we're on the subject of my foot, quick shout out to Mum again for the slippers. Really helped me out this winter. All right, so split squats, band under the front foot into our partial lunge position. And we're coming down and pulling up into the band. If you can, try and get more of your weight over that front foot as well, just to really emphasize the movement. Slow and controlled movement, so we're not sitting here doing this. Do sets of 10 to 12 on either leg. So same thing, under the middle of the foot. The beauty of training with bands at home is that you don't have to wear shoes either. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like wearing shoes. All right, same thing. So setting up on the other side. Pressing up, driving our weight down through our heel as well. Remember, we're not actually pulling the band up, we're just holding on. That's what's adding to the resistance. Locking that leg out. Nice and controlled. All right, next up to set up for our shoulder press. Oh, where's my head gone? We're gonna stand inside the band. So I'll just quickly show you this with a few movements. With the band, if you want to get more tension on the band, a simple way to do that is just stepping it out further, making this part here a little bit shorter. Gonna give you more tension, so play around with that a little bit. All right, now that we know how we can play around with the tension on the band from our feet, let's set up for a shoulder press. So, like so, hands up in that front rack position like you would with a barbell. So, like so, feet inside the band. Band comes up to your shoulder and then we're just pressing out above our head, bringing our head through. I also like to try and extend my arms out a little bit wider as I bring my head through, really engaging everything. So same again with this movement. 10 to 12 reps, slow and controlled. Aim for about a 2-second movement. Slight pause at the top, slight pause at the bottom. Remember, bring the head through. Really open yourself up properly. That's our shoulder press. All right, what's next? Man, you guys are really getting a good little tour around my lounge today. So many different angles. All right, seated row. I think I'm too high there. Just wait, I'm gonna readjust. Oh, that is way better. All right, seated row. So I don't know if you guys have seen this one at the gym, big cable machine pulling in. Let's do that now. Let's work our backs. We've done our legs, we've done some shoulders. Let's get some back and some bicep in now. So, folding the band in half, like so. In under your feet, through the center again. Like that. Now, sitting with our back nice and straight, remember, shoulders back first. Don't sit there in this position, hunched in, shoulders back, in both hands. Now we can play around with our grip a little bit on this, and I quite often do when I'm doing sets. It can get a little boring, just pulling that way or this way. So play around with it, each set, right? So just for the demonstration, we'll start with our hands in this more neutral grip. So shoulders back, bringing the band into our chest. And again, this is something you can play around with every other set, every other session. I mix it up a little bit as well with the height that I'm bringing the band to. So right now, got my thumbs right in underneath my nipples there, but we can bring it in lower, we can even bring it in a little bit higher. Always aiming to keep our elbows in nice and tight to our body. And I want you to pretend like you're trying to squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades. And like I say, if you want to bring the biceps into it a little bit more, bring in that underhand grip and pull that way. Same again, you can always do the overhand grip as well. Mix it up, play around with it a little bit. I'm already feeling that in my shoulders a little bit more. As soon as I roll that guy over. Alright, what's next? Alright, let's take the band in our hot little hands at halfway. Over your back. Oh, my hat! Over your back. Crossing through the middle there somewhere. You probably can't see because we've got black on black. Anyway, over the back there, over your shoulders somewhere. I like to keep my elbows inside as well. I don't like to pop it actually into the band or in front of the band. Keeping everything in here. So, push-ups, chest. This is just going to add a little bit more squeeze on the movement. So, like so. Nice and long and straight. Coming down a little bit slower than you normally would. And you're going to feel that contraction right at the top. Again, like all our other movements so far, you can play around with your hand grips a little bit. Again, like the seated row, you can play around with your hand placement a little bit. All forms of push-ups are on the table with this, but just be wary that you are adding extra tension and you are going to burn out a whole lot quicker. Alright, lucky last, we're going to send it home with another squat variation. So, feet inside the band, like I showed you earlier, nice and wide. So we are doing a squat, so get yourself set up in a nice good squat stance. So I always have my feet just outside my hips, my toes just angling out slightly. So band coming up onto our chest, and then we're going to press up into our shoulder press position where we were before. Alright, we're going to squat from here, overhead squats. So this movement is dynamite for your core. You're not going to feel it in your legs as much, as you can see by me wobbling around all over the show. My stabilizers are working even doing this. So slow and controlled movements, trying to keep your hands above your heels. So your hands should be sitting just in behind your ears, your head just creeping through the window. Slow and controlled, keeping the balance on. Nice, slow, controlled movement. So there we have it, a full body workout you can do anywhere with just the one resistance band. 5 movements, easy to follow along. What I'd recommend doing is 10 to 12 reps on every movement. So with that split squat at the start, do 10 to 12 on each leg and aim for 3 to 5 sets. Maybe if it's your first time doing it, just do 3 sets of everything. Then the next time you try it, maybe go for 4, but build up over a couple of weeks. But that's a workout you could easily do 3-4 times a week. Give yourself a rest day in between, let the muscles recover, but you're firing everything there and you can, like I say, do it anywhere. Not only that, you got a little bit more of a view of around my lounge, so maybe some of you creepy people there can draw up a little bit more of a plan, sort of understand the layout a little bit better for when you sneak into my house in the middle of the night. You know, whatever, I'm just trying to help out everybody here. Don't forget, head over to the website, get yourself your free copy of my ebook, Train Wherever the Fuck You Want with Resistance Bands. I go over bands a whole lot more there, give you the full breakdown of what's so good about them, where you can use them, why you should train with them. Don't forget, like and subscribe. See you soon.